just got to Port of Labonaigua in northwestern Catalonia. Maybe I'll show a map. This is a first vlog. It's gonna be really crappy and shitty. I'm gonna be using the footage of the dashcam, so really crappy, really shaky because I'm really tired, and this setup, it's not very good. I can feel the camera moving in this cheap tripod. So today the plan, if we're lucky with the weather forecast, well, the weather forecast was shit, but yeah, if we're lucky, sometimes, a lot of times they miss, but today maybe not. So it's gonna be really cloudy tonight. This is a very nice location. It's perfect for days like today. It's Friday, so I don't have much time to go anywhere, to hike anywhere. Plus, it's been snowing until last weekend was snowing, and since then it's been really hot. So we don't have springs anymore. We go from winter to summer, and all the snow is really soft and it's really hard to walk. So what I'm gonna do is to shoot tonight in the locations that I know of along the road, and tomorrow we'll see what can I do. So what I'm doing here is to shoot a time lapse of, because there's no foreground in this location, but you can drive to it, so it's okay. It's better to shoot details and stuff. So I'm not expecting good light on sunset because of the horizon. I see all the clouds down there. And we'll see at night. All these clouds are finally catching up, right where the Milky Way will pop up. So right now what I'm doing is a small time lapse, just of the detail of that cloud in the mountain, and we'll see. Just in case, because most likely the sunset will be grey, but we'll see. Okay, so just as expected, everything just turned grey. No light at all everywhere. Just a tiny bit of color in the west, but everything else is completely grey. And those clouds coming, there's more. At least I saw more up there coming that way. Hopefully they'll be gone at night. So it's almost 2 AM in the morning, and I'm gonna drive to the location that I shot last year to shoot exactly the same time lapse. It's right along the road. It's really easy, and you can use your car to block wind and other cars coming with their lights. So it's really easy. This doesn't work as a picture, I think. There are no foregrounds. It's just like a portrait of the mountain with the Milky Way behind it. And I'm gonna use the Sandia 35mm. To me, it's my favorite lens to shoot Milky Ways, only Milky Ways. I don't know why, but they come out. I like how they come out. So I'm gonna drive there, and maybe it will take 3 hours, and then I'm gonna move to the valley that I was last afternoon. And by then the Milky Way should be starting to pop up on that valley, because right now it's on the southeast, and in that valley is heading south, kind of. So I'm gonna shoot this one here, and then move there and shoot the next time lapse there, and hopefully they will come up well. I'm gonna be very brief because the time lapse has already started. The Milky Way is already popping up, and I don't want to ruin any shots with the headlamp. I wanted to show like the setup. I can't. I mean, I have the sun hoof, you call it that way, just to block possible car lights. And this here is really important. Everyone has it on the band hanging around. We'll show it later, just in case. And yeah, for a nighttime landscape time lapse, just a cheap shooter, really, and continue shooting. It's okay. If you can afford it, I'm gonna back off a bit, just in case. If you can afford it, you can turn up the ISO just to make the shutter speed a bit faster. Especially because I'm shooting with the Samyang 35mm, I don't want it to be longer than 13 seconds. I don't want the stars moving. And plus, if cars come here and they drive along, because we are right next to the road, if they drive next to us, if they ruin a shot, it won't matter for the time lapse. It will be okay. So yeah, if you can afford it, not for a picture, but for a time lapse, just higher ISO and it will be okay. So I don't know if you noticed, but my tripod is very light. I forgot my heavy tripod. Usually I don't take it out when there's snow, because I don't need to. I usually just stick it on the snow and it won't move. But when I shoot summertime or locations right along the road, yeah, my heavy tripod would have been much better. There's a small breeze, wind sometimes, and hopefully it won't ruin it. But because it's 35mm instead of 14, and any small shaking can fuck it up. I'm gonna turn off the lights. I think it's okay, but I don't want to risk it. So once this is done, I'm gonna drive to the valley. I'm already at the valley where I shot last afternoon, and it's already shooting the time lapse because I only have like 1 hour left of dark sky, so I didn't want to lose any time. I'm shooting it with the 24 because so I'm recording now with the Samyang 35 because the Samyang 35, if I want to take the whole valley and then place the valley on the bottom right corner, I lose a lot. I lose a lot of sky, and there's a bit of light pollution in this area. So I need to get much more sky to get a sharp Milky Way, really. So in the other time lapse, there were a few cars passing by. Hopefully it will be okay. We'll see. And right now I'm shooting at really high ISO because I only have 1 hour left, so I need to I want to have a really fast shutter speed, and also because I expect that as the morning comes closer, more cars will be driving through, and I don't want to lose the time lapse, because sometimes there's like 3 or 4 cars driving really close to each other, and then you can notice if the lights may pollute. There's sometimes like a mist in the air, and so even if you place your camera at the right position and the lights of the car don't affect the camera, sometimes there's a mist on the air, and the lights of the car will light the mist a bit, and yeah, it's unusual, the picture for that picture for the time lapse. So if 3 or 4 cars pass really close to each other, there's like a flickering, or if you don't want the flickering, there's like a jump on the time lapse. So I don't like that. So I rather have highest ISO and a shorter shutter speed. The time lapse of the Milky Way in the valley, it's already done. It's it's too bright. It's dark, but it's already like blue hour. And because there are no clouds here, I'm gonna move just a bit, because there's a place here with some nice views of some mountains on the west, really far away, to shoot with a tele. Because when there's no clouds, sometimes you can see a pink line that it starts where the sun is going to rise, but it will move as the sun rises. And before the sun rises, it usually is at the horizon level on the west. So I'm gonna see if I'm lucky and that happens today, and I can match it with the mountains on the west. So I'm set up already. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I think I can see it already, but it doesn't look very well. It looks very whitish. You know, if you're behind me, you can tell the difference between the blue and the pink line. It's gonna be whitish in this camera line behind, below the blue. So the light is gone, and it didn't get too pink, just a tiny bit, but it was okay. Unfortunately, I missed. My intention was to to shoot it when it was still dark, and then so blue, and then with the pink line coming from above. But my shutter release, the battery died, so I ran to the car to take the other one, and the battery had already died there as well. So I had to run again and take the manual shutter release. And unfortunately, so I couldn't film when it happened, because I was just pressing all the time. So the other option is just to drive home and go to the beach this night to take the Milky Way. Because unfortunately in Catalonia, if you want to shoot the Milky Way on the beach, you need to do it now. Otherwise the Milky Way moves too much to the south, and there's too much light pollution. All the coastline is just full of buildings and touristic places, so it's gotta be now. So thinking about that, maybe I will come back here 3 weeks from now and try it again. And today I will just drive home and then go to the beach at night.